kid, you used to steal from your parents. You used to take everything that wasn't given to you. By the age of 14, you were a kleptomaniac. But what you gonna do when he opens up that door for you? You paid the price. You sacrificed your life. Hell's doors are open, waiting for the Antichrist. You shouldn't have sinned. Your life is looking grim. Hell's doors are open, let me kick you in. On your first week of marriage, you committed adultery. You broke all the 10 commandments and all laws there ever were. Scum like you need to be deceased from the earth. Yeah, what you gonna do when he opens up that gate for you? You paid the price. You sacrificed your life. Hell's doors are open, waiting for the Antichrist. You shouldn't have sinned. Your life is looking grim. Hell's doors are open, let me kick you in.
Talk show host of the AngelOfThyNight radio show, and I am calling in the show tonight because I wanted to wish everybody a happy Halloween. And, you know, we got 1 hour till it's Halloween, and it's like I got it all half-assed backwards. It's like I want to go fucking trick-or-treating now. It's like, really, you know, I was supposed to go trick-or-treating tomorrow at 6 p.m., but I figured I'd stay up and I'd do a little surprise show. This is the episode that nobody knows about. Thought I'd surprise everybody, do a surprise episode. That's what a good radio show host does. He takes those fans out there and he surprises them every time. But I did not lie, because tonight I am high. I toked. I smoked. Do you know why? Because we have just put a milestone on our website. A milestone that very few paranormal groups out there ever achieve. But the latest is, we've just made history. We are the first paranormal entertainment group in the country, in the world. We've succeeded where others have not. We've brought a lot of light into the paranormal community. Yeah, I know, you read the headlines in the newspaper says, hey, Lord Rick, you don't know what he's talking about because he's stoned. Yeah, I'm stoned. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm stoned now. I'll be stoned tomorrow. I'll be stoned the next day. Doesn't matter where I'm stoned. I go take a walk down the street, I go get stoned. Get stoned in the mines. Get stoned on top of the mines. Get stoned in the fucking car. Get stoned at the casino. stoned on the porch. Get stoned in some girl's pussy. What the fuck, right? We provide paranormal entertainment. Paranormal means the unexplainable. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is explainable. I can't even speak. Maybe it is explainable, but to some people that are ignorant towards what we do, and I got that backwards also. The point is that, a lot of people have questioned our abilities over the years, and, we know when to be serious and we know when to be funny. As a founder, there is no right or wrong choice. You do the best you can. Last Halloween, where were we? Have we grown as a group since last Halloween? Sure we have. We've gotten a lot stronger. I've seen a lot of unity amongst our fans and members. Technically, a week ago, I was the king of Now Live. And I want to thank Now Live for hosting me. Because I'll tell you something, Now Live. I'm going to be bringing you fans, members, adventurers, motherfuckers from across the world. I'm going to bring the Now Live. They're going to love my show. And it's going to promote you guys. So from the bottom, I can't even say it, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you, straight up from the good Lord. It's a paranormal show because you can't explain this show. That's why it's paranormal. Can you explain it? No, you can't. I can't even explain this show, and I'm the fucking Lord. But I'll tell you something. I really am the Lord when you think about it. I walked in the shadow of death when I went into Jubilee Mine. Was it frightening? Not really. It was, I returned to my past. What would you do 12 years ago if you went down some dirt road and you seen bullets all over the place and burial markers and wax on the walls and you see a demon go up a shaft? What would you think? I became the founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society because of my past as a child growing up around various entities. But then, you learn to weed that out, and then all of a sudden someone says, hey, Lord Rick, let me take you to this place. Let me show you what is beneath our feet. A hell, a pit to hell. Things that roam, demons, things that hide in subterranean levels. This man, he brought me to El Dorado Canyon. We off-roaded. Back then, there was no concrete road. And we went back there 18 miles almost. Early morning, nobody's out. Dirt road, people staring at you out of trailers. It's something you see out of a movie, you got the whore living there. You got the whore. The whore's legs are fucking spread. In the fucking town. Amongst trailers. One pussy, whole lot of cocks running around outside. That's the thing when you live in a place like that. But it's changed over the years, they've restored the ghost town. They got rid of the riffraff. They've cleaned up some of the mines. All the occult symbols are all scratched out in the mine. It's a mysterious place. Imagine, an area with 200 mines. Now, they're all basically, there's basically 8 mines, but they own a tract of land, and that tract of land might be on a mountain with 20 different holes. That's what Jubilee is. Holes all over the mountain. Some shafts go down. Some of the pits, just pit of darkness. You shine your light, you still cannot see the bottom. Some of those shafts we got to the bottom of, and we looked up, but others were just endless black holes. Could be filled with water, but there's supposed to be a tunnel that goes for a mile. And our activity was various. We got UFO activity. We seen eyes off in the desert. I don't know what they were. They looked like aliens standing there looking at me. Fucking aliens. In the desert, standing on Jubilee Mine, looking at me. Place with portals. That is the Sedona. This is the El Dorado Canyon's the Sedona of southern Nevada. close enough to Arizona. It's close enough to Sedona. Vortexes, portals, ghost town, mining camp near the ghost town. They were sort of like two separate towns, or the mining camps for the residents, and then Nelson had all the, Nelson was the town part with the general store, blacksmith, you know, all the little things that a small town needs. Post office. I don't know if they had a postman back in there. That was a Wild West. They shot you back in the day, man. 1700 Spaniards, they came off the boat. They said, Indians, you show us gold, or we will massacre you. We will. Did they massacre them? Yeah. After they showed the gold, horrible things happened. These people got off the steamboat, or shipboat, or whatever kind of boat, but they got off the boat. They started mining for gold. 1700s, caves, they'd find a vein, they'd start hammering at it. There's still gold in the mountains. A week ago, I seen gold in those mountains. Yeah. I got gold fever. I seen silver. I seen fucking silver in a piece of rock. I stepped on a goddamn cactus. There's these little cactus balls. Look like fucking peckers with needles, you know? Fucking pair of fucking gonads, pair of balls with spikes on it. You're thinking, Jesus Christ. These things go through your fucking shoe. You can wear a 1-inch thick boot. They still go through you. I had one go through my foot, or at least deep inside my foot. I survived. I dislocated my toe in the descent. It hurt like a motherfucker. The whole toe was separated. Oh, how I popped that bitch back in place. I was fucking stoned. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, man. This is fucking, I'm a lucky bastard. I've been here 3 times. I'm still fucking living. There's some people that came down in the mine. Got scared, you know? There's people in there with us. I had to pull out the butcher knife and shit. Look like a crazy man. Snuff the fucking candle out. It's like, you know, you're blocking my exit here. I gotta go, you know? I'll butcher you. Lord Rick the Butcher. I can add that to my resume, too. I am a butcher. It's fucking Halloween. It really is Halloween. Who cares if we got an hour to go? Have a few fucking drinks, fucking lay a few broads. After you get done with that, pow, it's Halloween. Time to go trick-or-treating. Do it all over again tomorrow. Trick-or-fucking-treating? I do trick-or-treating all year long, man. All year long. I fucking do tricks with my fucking cock. And I give my paranormal members a treat. That treat comes from the heart. Someone once said, as a moderator a couple days ago, so Lord Rick does this from the heart. He doesn't do it for the money. He doesn't make money. But I want to let you know something. We've changed our disclaimers. And I want to thank a lot of people for helping me out. You know, we've came a long ways, and we want people to know. You know, we're here for paranormal entertainment. It doesn't matter if you believe it or you don't believe it. Because I can tell you right now, the Paranormal Ghost Society is very real. We're very entertaining, too. And any donations are just for coding our website. Of course, you know, people think because I wear the sunglasses I'm rich, you know. And it's so funny when people are like, you know, it's like I just bought like $18 worth of groceries. It's got to last me a week, you know. It's like we're eating bread and spaghetti tonight, kids. You know. And my sons, and you know, the funny thing is they're eating fucking pasta, right? Like, Dad, you're always cooking pasta. Well, for one, it's cheap. For two, I'm fucking goddamn Italiano, you know what I'm saying? But 3, my sons, they're growing bigger than I am. My one son is 10 years old. Stands at my height almost. This is fucking phenomenal. It's like I looked at him today, I said, I'm going to be looking up at you in another couple of years. And I was like, boy, I ain't calling you fucking gorilla anymore. Because I was calling him a gorilla. He gets mad, but he jumps around, he jumps furniture. And he's all smiling. He's like, yeah, I know what he's thinking, this boy's like, this dad of a motherfucker, I'm going to get his ass. I'm going to kick his ass. I'm in my teenage years almost, man. you know, if you've been keeping post-dated, updated, whatever the fuck, I've just sent out a very special update. The update, is about El Dorado Canyon, like we were talking about. Yeah, I know, Mike. I'm fucking stoned. All right. You have to give me a few moments to breathe here, but I've put up the updates. I put them on Daggy 5. I'm very proud to show off my work, and I'm proud to show off my site. And you know, Mike's a great guy because I'll tell you what, you know, I promote him, he promotes me, and it's just such a wonderful thing. And you know, I want to say something to Mike out there. You know, it's really great that we're friends. And we owe it all to UER, you know, and I'm not saying nothing bad about UER. I'm not saying nothing bad about anybody. I'm in a happy mood. It's Halloween. Halloween starts with an H, which means happy, not hippopotamus. Speaking of a hippopotamus, I've had a few hippopotamuses contact me on MySpace, you know, and it's like, you know, I like tits and ass, okay? More pushing for the cushion, all right? Who the fuck doesn't like it? Little meat on the bones is fine. Meat on the bones means the girl's got tits. Sometimes when a girl's bone thin, there ain't no tits. It's like fucking a man, all right? You want to grab a handful? Well, there ain't no handful to grab. You know, but at least, you know, you get a woman with some meat on her bones, you get more with the nipple, all right? Anyways, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't. Yeah, H for Halloween. But Mike, you know, I do want to say something, and you know, it's great. Like I said, we've had a friendship, but also me and him working together is just fantastic. And I love promoting Daggy 5. You know, we've added them as in a sponsor today. Well, not he's been a sponsor, but when I put the El Dorado updates out on our introduction page, I put a banner for Daggy 5. So, you know, when you visit the El Dorado page on our website, make sure you click Daggy 5 and join them, because there's just, I've had a lot of my friends go over the Daggy 5, and they're like, Rick, his pictures are amazing. It's a great urban exploration site. And, you know, it's so great that me and Mike, we can exchange this, you know. I put his banner up on that page because he's hosting our movie. So you see, it's just such a wonderful thing. And, of course, if you watch the Flash, I put a lot of work into it. You know, it's one of those things you got to sit down, you got to put all the pictures together. Making Flash is, like, difficult. But anyways, I noticed when I uploaded it to the web, the color effects were not showing up. Like the letters, they'd show up if I preview it, but if I exported it, they wouldn't show up. It was, like, really weird. It's like, I must got a fucking ghost in my computer because something's going on, you know. Things are just not working the way they're supposed to. Because, you know, you preview it and the letters have two different colors, like it says adventure in two different colors, you know. But then, you know, you turn it into a Flash file and you upload it, and the letters are like solid color. You're like, what happened to the sunset of the letters you have? Or AngelOfThyNight and like rainbow fucking colors, but not really rainbow colors, more like just, you know, various phases of red and black. You know, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? So I got a ghost in my fucking computer, folks. We're going to get down to the bottom of this. We're going to make some calls. I wish I could I don't know if I got three-way calling on here, because I don't have three-way calling, so I can't actually get another person on the show live on the phone. But what I want to start doing is placing some three-way calls. And we're going to, you know, right now I'm interviewing for a co-host for this radio show. If you want to be a co-host on the show, like, you know, you're a person that calls in every show we do, which is usually every week or two. This here's a surprise episode. But going back to what I was saying to Mike, you know, the UER was very foolish at the time because, you know, when I joined urban exploration, or I got into it a little bit more and knew what it was called, you've seen a couple groups like this, but they were small time. And at the time, years ago, I joined there, and well, you know the story. This is like the good old days, like one of my old episodes where I talk to myself or whatever. But I go over there, and the funny thing is that if people would have showed a little bit of kindness, it goes a far ways. And that's my moral of the story. Our society and Daggy 5, we run good communities. Because Mike's been doing this for a long time, so have I. Technically, my first investigation when I started up the Paranormal Ghost Society was Central Terminal Railroad Station. That was more like an urban exploration, We heard some things and stuff, but back then, I had this guy named Jeff, okay, or Dauntless or whatever. And I have nothing bad to say about it, because me and him, we had some pretty good times, But sometimes, the problem is sometimes when you have a team of investigators, sometimes it turns out that they don't take what you do seriously. They're like, oh, this is my friend, I don't have to show for an investigation. But people like Mike, people like myself, we work hard. And you go to the updates we put out tonight. We've put video clips of Jubilee Mine in El Dorado Canyon. We put in EVPs, classified per trip we went. We did 3 trips out there in the month of October. 3 trips. Think about it. Each trip is like, in the mountains and desert. That's like 50 miles from here. But every week, June gave me the keys to their car. She said, drive, let's go. I want to see more. I want to do this. And I give that woman a lot of courage. I really do, because she's going to be the lead investigator here in Vegas for me. Because here's the whole thing, is when I make somebody a lead investigator, they're higher up than just an investigator, It's like she's been on multiple investigations. She donated equipment. She hasn't missed an investigation for weeks. She gives me her pictures. So she'll be a lead investigator, When we have our meetups, if like 10 people show, she can set some leadership in place. Because, being in the Paranormal Ghost Society, Kirk, a guy who volunteered at El Dorado Canyon, said to me, he looked at me in a serious face, he said, this is not a job. This is a fucking adventure. Of course, minus the fucking, because he was like, pardon me, ma'am. He's a mannered, good old Florida boy. Good old Florida boy. Yeah. I didn't know, I thought he might push me down a shaft, but, hey. And just think, I went off for an hour. I left June alone with him. I'm like, June, you know what to do. There's plenty of equipment in the bag, swing the bag around and hit this guy in the face. You just don't know, I'm just making jokes, because that's, it's pure entertainment, and that's what we do. We're here to entertain. We want our listeners to know what's happening here, We're giving you a dose of reality. In other words, is what I'm trying to say. But what we got going on, we got a great show. This is a great radio show. And, some people call in and they prank the show. And sometimes, we get kids that try to call in. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Things have changed, Things have changed on the Internet. It's not like it used to be years ago. When I used to go on the Internet years ago, I had to search for fucking people. Hell, back then in the day, do you know what kind of Internet they had? They had these BBSs. You use like some modem program, and you punch in the number, and it dials someone's house. Someone's house has like 10 phones, So one guy had like 55. So 55 people could sign in all at once, And can you imagine that? Your phone's fucking going off, ding, 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 ding. Some don't got fucking ringers, and then that's got to be fucking crazy, All the different modems or whatever the fuck picking up for it. but one guy had like 55. So we used to go on these BBSs, and that's how I met a buddy of mine. His name's Rob, who lives in Las Vegas. I haven't seen Rob in years. I think I scare Rob. Back then in the day, I took him to some vampire chick's house, and the house smelled like fucking ass. I was like, I got in the house, there's like demon posters, and she looks at me and Rob, and she says, this is like this movie, Once Bitten, in the 80s. You remember that movie? And she says, I am an ancestor. Not an ancestor. No, my ancestor is Count Dracula. And she's looking, she's got like fake fangs in her mouth. This girl's wanting to this girl's wanting to fucking bite some dicks off and shit. I'm fucking thinking, we gotta go, man. We gotta go. Back then in the day, I had some fears. But when I discovered who I was, the powerful Lord, I had no more fears. That is why I brought you Jubilee Mine in the El Dorado Canyon on the Paranormal and Ghost Society, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. Not only that, but we've put music up, breathtaking music. And it's just so wonderful. You can listen to the music and read 3 separate investigation reports: Lord Rick's Return, The Descent, and Fall of Darkness. Plus, you get to see hundreds of pictures, beautiful scenic desertscapes surrounding Jubilee, of our hike, inside of it, strange finds, bullets, just an amazing adventure. Action shots of us by mine shafts, looking down, looking up, looking all around. Wasn't fucking here, wasn't fucking there, wasn't fucking everywhere. Can't fuck around an investigation like that. You can't just pull some girl's panties down and be like, hey, we're fucking in the mine. Can you imagine that shit? Bumping fucking asses on a fucking cold tunnel wall. Gold fucking, gold flakes sticking to your fucking ass. Maybe fucking take your girl home, you spank her on the ass, hold the fucking jar, catch the fucking powdered gold. There you go, gold flakes in the fucking jar. What you really do, they used to use cyanide that sticks to the gold out in El Dorado Canyon. I say fuck the cyanide. I say you bring some fat girls. Nothing against fat girls, but bring their asses over there. You stick them on the canyon fucking walls. You watch how much gold they pull off. Let them fucking sit all day long in the goddamn fucking hot sun. Let it bake, let it shake. If you stick that shit right on the wall, pull the fucking gold right out of the rocks. That is what I call manual fucking mining. This show will go down in history tonight. It's not I didn't even pre-plan it. I was sitting here thinking it's goddamn Halloween soon. I haven't wished nobody really a happy Halloween in the last episode. I don't even want to talk about. Because I don't remember, all right? That's why I can't talk about the last episode with you. I'm sorry, but the Lord, is very tired. All this information I get about the world comes to me. All this paranormal information. It's like overload. It's like, what was the last episode about? You know what? We're gaining fans. We're gaining momentum. This show's going to go somewhere. I'll tell you something right now. Every show is different. Every show is a classic. It's the weirdest radio on the internet. Yeah, it is. This is fucking weird, okay? You and me. I'm sitting here. I'm fucking stoned. I'm not going nowhere. Am I paranoid? No. The joint's gone, baby. The joint's gone. I'm sorry, I didn't share. Puff, puff, pass. I know, puff, puff, pass, but I don't have anybody to puff, puff, pass. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Okay, I met a girl the other day, a couple days ago. It's a girl I really like, I care about her. She's pretty. She's, long hair, beautiful eyes. She had to go out with someone or her relatives. We ended up not hanging out all weekend, and then, we got together. I told her, you want to make it up to me? You wear your sluttiest shoes to my house. She wore them. We had sex, had sex. I'm not going to lie, okay? I'm not going to lie to my fans, and I'm not going to lie to my members. I fucked. I fucked like a goddamn rabbit out of fucking hell a couple days ago. It's been a while since the Lord has gotten some, okay? But the only problem is that she was tweaking, okay? She was tweaking, yeah. I didn't really realize it. I mean, I already had things going on hot, and she's like, I've been tweaking, It's like, oh, my God. And I should have known better as the Lord, but the Lord is generous. And I wanted to have a second doubt that something was going on, but, she comes stumbling up the stairs, giggling and everything else, and then we go wham, bam, we're fucking out again. We're shopping at the fucking store. We're getting something to drink. She wants fucking chips. That night, it was a horror. It was my horror story for Halloween. I'm telling you the horror story. It wasn't El Dorado Mine. It was not Jubilee Mine or El Dorado Canyon. That was not the nightmare. That was not the horror. The horror they came over my house and went up the fucking stairs, stumbling all over the place, almost woke up my roommates, it's just, oh man, overload. I got slapped in the face 5 times the other day. I got slapped, okay? I got hit in the face. Okay, she was really buzzing, Like we went to go to the store and she was all over the road, I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Can you imagine a date like that? Can you imagine you're a guy like me, founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society? You should, I deserve a good girl on my arm, right? No, that's not how this shit's going fucking down. Founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. Like the girl to come over, figures, hey, this is a great woman. Sexy, she's cute, she's a mother. I love mothers because it's a very hard thing to be a mom in the world. So bless all of you moms from Lord Rick. Bless you mothers. Bless you fathers too. And of course, I don't suffer from a God complex because I am God. Like I said in my last episode, I am God. Ha ha. Just fucking kidding with you. Take it easy now. Take it easy. Because that could offend a lot of Christian people out there who believe in God. But God doesn't have a name. That's the whole thing. How do you know what God looks like? Maybe God looks like me. Think about it. Think about it. Here in the Paranormal Ghost Society, we turn men and women into gods. I am a god. One way or another at what I do. And what I do best is I entertain you folks. Yeah. I entertain Daggy 5, entertain the Paranormal Ghost Society, and I entertain my friends. I love my friends like brothers and sisters. I really do. I've met a lot of good people in the last 6 months of my life. I got a few friends in Vegas. They mean the world to me. And, if any of my friends out there are listening, you guys know I love you. Love is very generous. Love is very kind. It's the most unselfish thing you could ever do. And for Pete's sake, will some of you love Halloween as much as I do? Because I don't know about you, but I live Halloween every fucking day. I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking Halloween. Do you know I had tongue in my mouth this morning? I'll tell you a story about tongue in the mouth this morning, okay? I was sitting there in bed. I'm fucking enjoying myself here. You get that morning fucking wood, you're sitting there, you're like thinking, God damn, I need to get a bitch over here and fucking bob on this thing. Because the girl I met a couple days ago, we had a quickie. We lit the candles, we had a quickie. It was good. I mean, she had a nice tight pussy for a mom. We fucked, And then we get back here and the romantic mood was gone. She was like, her arms were flopping all over the place. I got hit in the fucking face. It was like fucking cerebral palsy and shit. Fucking coming at you, goddamn fucking swinging. I like swinging, but not that type of swinging. A couple girls on each side. Crazy shit. And I don't even remember the story I was telling, because I know I was telling a story. And then I get sidetracked, see? That's the weird thing about the Angel of Thy Night radio show. You never know what you're going to get. Some girl says to me, oh, the tongue story. Yes. I was lying in bed, This morning, the kids get up for school, They're pretty self-sufficient. I don't need to get them ready. I sleep, I wake them up, go back to bed. I go ride their bike to school, whatever instead. Kids leave the door open. Big black lab comes on in. Its tongue went all the way in my mouth, man. Almost in the back of my fucking throat. I wanted a French kiss this Halloween. Oh, I got French kissed, all right. She's a good girl. She's a good girl, all right. But that girl has got a long fucking tongue. She's black. She is black. And has a lot of hair on her body. Stuck that tongue in me. This is bad, folks. This is what life has come to. Lord Rick, a love-starved dog, and Cheechin' and Chonging it by myself on Halloween. All Hallows Eve. Back in the day, it was it's a weird trick-or-treater up in New York, You could trick-or-treat till goddamn 11 at fucking night. Knocking on people's door 11 at night. Trick-or-treat, smell my fucking feet. Give me something good to eat. In my head, I'm thinking, give me your fucking pussy to eat. I'm like 12 years old thinking, Like a girl bends over, you see her fucking tits. You're thinking, God damn, I wish trick-or-treating was every fucking day. Fuck the costume. Then when I got older, I started thinking perverse, I'm like, I'll put my dick in the fucking bag. And when they, you get some girl, she's like fucking 18 trick-or-treating, or some of these moms go trick-or-treating with their fucking kids, and the moms reach in there and grab a piece. I'm like, here, you offer the mom a piece of fucking candy. You got your goddamn dick in the fucking bag. And the mom's reaching for the fucking candy, yanking your fucking dick. It's like, oh, shit. I don't even know if I've ever told you about that fucking trick-or-treat joke, but yeah. Basically what I'm saying is you cut a hole in the fucking bag. Stick your dick in, stick the balls if you want. And you get some of these single moms, make sure they're single. I mean, it's not going to go over good if the man's around, all right? The man's around. You're going to have problems, big problems. But you get a single mom. Sometimes these single moms are like 18, 19 years old, and you cannot, I'm telling you, you cannot tell the difference. Like, single, I mean, okay, what I'm trying to say is that these moms are posing as kids. I'm going to explain to you. My mom, about 10 years ago, at like 40 years old, went trick-or-treating with me. This is about, 98? It's been 10 years. 10 years ago, when I was living, no, it hasn't been, because I started a Paranormal Ghost Society. Oh, yeah, because I lived in, okay, 10 years ago, my mom dressed like it. 10 years ago, 40 years old, dressed like a fucking clown. Put on the fucking, just like fucking it. Fucking grinning at me in the fucking car. She's like, my mom's like, you get lots of candy. Let me show your wife how to get candy. We go to the rich person's house. 40 years old, fucking knocking on a fucking door, going trick or treat. And my mom looks like one of the Oompa Loompas because, you know, she's Italian and she's got dark skin, you know? I don't have dark skin. At least my ass is fucking white. Rest of me, I don't know. I got a nice tan, ladies. Don't worry. It's Lord Rick of the Angel of Thy Night radio show. Lord Rick of the Paranormal Ghost Society. It's two of the same. But I'm going to, you know, like I opened the show, it's Lord Rick of the Paranormal Ghost Society. Because that is who I represent. I am like the president. It doesn't matter what my title is. Founder, president, pussyfucker. I put Cheech and Chong on our site. It's going to piss people off. A lot of people can't stand them. My friends don't think they're good artists, you know. I got friends that say, I'm not into that much. I'm a 70s man. I'm a 60s man. I'm a 50s man. I was born back in the day. I grew up with Cheech and Chong. Fucking ass fucking hanging out. Hey, baby, you want to ride? I can't even talk like them. I got cotton mouth and I'm stoned. But we went to see them, you know. It was hilarious. Fucking, there was humping on fucking stage, and oh man, Shelby, she's hot. She's an older woman, you know, an older blonde, but she's got great fucking legs. Oh, I'd bang her in a heartbeat. I'd bang her. Mike, you'd probably bang her too. Mike likes hot girls. Any guy that don't like hot girls, I mean, it's just crazy. It's not natural. There's a lot of people, you know, I don't know what people are doing on MySpace, you know. Some girl writes me tonight, says to me, we can only be friends. It's like, yeah, I just added you, man. Of course, we could, you know, we're not even friends yet. I just added you. Just because you're on my friends list don't mean you're my friend. A friend to me, you know, means a girl on her knees. That's a friend. Taking away your fucking dark, rainy fucking days. Hard day at the Paranormal Ghost Society. Hard day at the Paranormal Ghost Society office. Get out of the office, you know. You sit in the office 12 hours trying to do El Dorado updates, you know, listening to EVPs, adding them on, adding the movies, adding the history, adding this, adding that. All you want. You want a girl on her knees. The show is about our fans, our members. It's about entertainment. Cheech and Chong were good entertainment back in the day. Them guys, I mean, you know, just hilarious. Up in smoke, the fucking ice cream truck going around, you know, handing out the marijuana. It was fucking good fucking comedy. Come on now, live. You know it was too. Nice thing about doing a show like this is nobody calls in, you know. Lord Rick remains undisturbed. My mom, she was disturbed. You know, and everybody says, you know, everybody's going around saying, you know, with Rick, with my mother and everything like that, is my family told, or on my wife's side, or ex-wife's side, I should say, but on my ex-wife's side, the family told her, yeah, we disown the Lord. You can't disown the Lord. The Lord disowns you. Some things are not worthy of my grace. I've seen a tarantula in the desert. Is that worthy of my grace? Yeah. I put my hand right in front of its fangs. I'm laughing. I'm like, you know. I'm like, if this thing fucking bites me, it bites me. What the hell, right? But it did not bite me. I've proven to make friends with beasts. I have a beast living in this house. A beast named Sneezer. Mike Digital, he knows about that beast. He knows I posted on Daggy 5. That's a beast. That cat is big. It's a cool cat. He really is a lion. Just because, you know, the kids around here, they tell me that that's not a lion. I'm like, it is a lion. And they just don't understand. You can be anything. You can be all you can be when you join the Paranormal and Ghost Society. Be all you can be. In other words, what I'm saying is you're whatever you want to be. I want to be the Lord, then I am the Lord. I want to be a doctor, I'd be a doctor. And I know there's been stuff going around on the web, but my religion is a medicinal doctor to heal. You know, and I sit here and I like to practice medicine. 420. It's a medicine. You smoke it, you feel good, all your pains go away, baby. I understand the Indians, and I understand, you know, I don't know why the Indians wanted to live out here in southern Nevada, because it's hard to grow weed. Can you imagine? Oh, shit, man, just, you know, fucking you grow some fucking weed out in the desert. All of a sudden the next day, all your fucking plants are wilted. Like, you're looking at the sky, you're thinking, oh, we need water, water. See, in El Dorado Canyon, they had a natural spring. And a guy named Boot, he brought us to that spring. I want to talk about Darkness Falls with you, and that is why I'm calling it on this Halloween. Because this is a special episode. Darkness Falls. Me and June, you know, we picked up some equipment for the investigation, came back to the house. She took a picture of me leaving, you know, ripped jeans, I got the beanie on, you know. I'm like, I'm cool, it's fucking Darkness Falls, man. Keep my head fucking warm, look all badass in the fucking night. You know, I know some locals in Jackson. Holy shit. Okay, not Jackson. I used to live in Jackson. We're not going to go there. But we get ready to go to El Dorado Canyon. You know, she takes my picture on the way out, and it's a night investigation. It's, you know, being out there at night is crazy because there's UFOs. There's, I mean, God, ghosts and just hellhounds and it's just a really spooky place. And, you know, I was like last week, I remember saying, I'm Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm the fucking Johnny Depp of this operation, all right? I went into the skull just about. I wanted to discuss that because, see, we did the investigation. We didn't get to discuss it on our last show because I remember I did the show the day before, and then we went out Friday evening. Well, you know, we met with Deb, and Debbie introduced us to Boot, and Boot lives with her. And we've seen Boot 2 other times because he gives tours around Nelson and they're adventure tours in El Dorado, and we're sponsoring them. You know, because they're sponsoring us because they're giving us permission to be in these given locations. They will, if you caught spray paint, they'll chop your thumbs off. Okay? They'll chop your thumbs off. They do things like that out there. To protect their land, they'll shoot your motorcycle. Boot is, you know, for bootlegger, and I mean, he's a great guy, I'll tell you. I mean, he knows the desert really well, knows how to survive. He's a great hiker. He can keep up with me very well. He knows his terrain. He's excellent off-roader because that shit, you know, I mean, he was climbing over piles that were like 3 feet high and over mounds, and the truck would fall straight forward. And, you know, I mean, it was great. You know, we got to his house. I mean, he had a Budweiser in his hand, and we went off-roading along a cliff. But I have faith. I am the Lord. And I'm telling you, you should have faith too. This is the Paranormal Ghost Society. This is the chronicles of who we are. You know, some of you might say, hey, I love taps better. Fine, go over the taps. Be a fucking wuss. Or join the badasses of the Paranormal Ghost Society. Because you know we rule the world, motherfuckers. This is the AngelOfThyNight radio show. You might say, hey, this show is just on Now Live. Yeah, it is. But these episodes, you know, we can play for years to come. That's the whole thing. Mike Digital, he hosts our show on his site. Check him out. It's Daggy5. Digital photography. AngelOfThyNight.com with a J. But really, I mean, if you go to our site, www.paranormalghostsociety.org, I know I sound thrilled about saying it, but I've been doing site updates for days, it seems. But go to our sponsors page and check out Daggy 5. And, you know, like I said, we like to promote other groups. But, you know, back then, you know, when I was looking for urban exploration groups, it always had my curiosity because what I was doing at the time, I didn't know I was urban exploring really years ago. I knew I called it exploring, you know, but I didn't call it urban because back then we swayed towards the paranormal side, where we would set up a camera on a tripod and just wait, you know. We'd wait in a cemetery. We used to do that shit. I don't do that no more. I'm in and out of a place like the fucking wind. I sneak past fucking dogs, rangers, cop cars, everything. Because the Paranormal Ghost Society, we're here to entertain you. We'll put the cops on camera. We are here to entertain you. We're going out to entertain, okay? I sit on the grave bare ass. I sit on the grave bare ass. Who the fuck cares? We're here to entertain, right? If it bothers you, don't listen. We do not deface property. We follow the urban exploration law, which is, you know, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints. And that's what the Paranormal Ghost Society does. We don't harm nothing. We'd rather, you know, the reason why I do my website, a lot of people hate my site, you know, and some people like it, but we do it to help others. We're doing the El Dorado Canyon thing because we want to bring tourism to the area. I mean, we don't want to bring bad people there. We just want to let people know, you know, keep this beautiful place clean. You know, don't pollute it. Don't spray paint. Enjoy the pictures on the web. You know, you want to take a tour, get a professional tour. That's what Boot does. He gives horseback tours and he gives mining tours and things like that too. You know, but you got dirt roads going up in El Dorado Canyon, all different directions. Dirt roads here, paths out in the desert leading to some mountain or hill, and it's so picturesque. Miles of mountains and rock formations, red rock, white rock in there, quartz with gold sparkles. It's a magical place, man. I brought it to you. I put it on there. It's a thankless job. We don't get paid to do this. Dislocated my toe, suffering a concussion, blood pouring down my head, walking in ice-cold water, almost, you know, up to our waist. June losing a $200 digital camera. We made sacrifices for you people. We risked everything, cave-ins and going over mine shafts. The Jubilee mine's sinking. It's going to go. Years ago, it was so sturdy. You had a little wood bridge down into the bottom of this ravine and tunnels going both ways with a ladder, and you don't see that no more. It's like, God, it's all caved in when you get to the end of that path. Dead-end tunnels. You can get, you know, we actually, in the night investigation, Darkness Falls, we got lost on Jubilee. It's a good-sized mountain. We were fucking hiking down the roads. We couldn't find the mine entrance we were supposed to go in. June was dizzy. I watched June almost fall over a few times. June was falling and stumbling, and it was bad, and I left June. I started climbing to the peak. I'm like, fuck this. You know, I can't find the path, but if I climb to the top where it thins out, I could climb down and into this area that has a gate. But it was so dark and so slippery, and I thought in front of me a couple times was a shaft, because at night they're hard to see. Like when you're going down the sides of the mountain, they could be right in front of you, even though they're like 6 feet wide. You can't see them because you have a little crop. Like you go down the hill and a rock sticks out, and past that rock's all of a sudden a pit that just goes down. And I started slipping. I'm thinking, oh man, there could be a hole 5 feet in front of me. It was not a hole. I did not fall, and I regained my balance real quick. We're professionals, folks. Don't try this at home, and don't try it out of the home. We are professionals at what we do. We're able to get stoned. We're able to conduct these investigations. Spiritualism? I don't know. Skill? Yes. We got skill. We got talent. Maybe we got horseshoes up our ass. The luck of the Irish. The top of the morning to you, Lord Rick. The top of the morning. Give me gold. Give me gold shillings. Yeah. St. Patty's Day. It's coming up in a few more months. If I'm still here by March, do you know I get Asian? I get an Asian with big tits. She's chunky, but she's cute. She's a cute girl, and she says to me, she told me tonight, she says, "You are awesome." And her daughters are very cute too. They're, she's an older woman, so her daughters are like, I think, in their late teens or 20s. And I'm thinking, God, it's a hard decision to make. You got like, her daughters look good, but the mother's got the experience. She's like, you got a 40-year-old Asian, that girl sucky, she know how to fucky. Got a girl who knows how to do a little bit of both. Can't ask for more than that. She can be 40 years old. She can put the schoolgirl uniform on. If I stay here and I wait it out, I get Asian. Because she comes to Vegas all the time. She might even come earlier. It's like, you better believe I am getting that big-titted Asian. Things are happening with the Paranormal Ghost Society. Notice the changes. Notice the changes. I mean, it's, I've had a lot of people say nice things to me. A couple people commented on my movies on YouTube. Of course, we put a lot of Cheech and Chong movies up today, or filming from the concert I went. The speaker's very poor on the one camera, so it doesn't, when you're filming, if the sound's too loud, you can't hear nothing. But most of the Cheech and Chong videos I put up, there's a lot of clarity. Like when Shelby talks about weed, or having Cheech and Chong for president. I think Cheech and Chong should be president. What about you? I think I should be president. But then again, I am a president. I'm a president of the Paranormal and Ghost Society. When you think about it for a second, you got a country, okay? Ukraine, or whatever the heck. Think about it. How about a country named after us? We're going to the nation of the Paranormal and Ghost Society to meet the Dark Lord. Come on, this sounds more badass, motherfuckers. You know why I call you motherfuckers? Because I'm a motherfucker. What's fair for me is fair for you. If I'm a motherfucker, then you're a motherfucker. reason why I'm a motherfucker is because, you know, I have a thing for single mothers. You always meet single moms, and I'm starting to find out that the single moms are more whacked out than I am, or the single girls, or the girls that are not moms. I don't know what they're giving. I don't know what they're giving these moms when they're pregnant. What is changing them? There's a conspiracy going on. I mean, like I said in Jackson, I met the goddamn bearded lady. You better believe those hairs prick me. I seen him. I seen a full fucking beard almost. Sure, she had big titties. Sure, she had a pussy. Well, the problem is, it's like, how the fuck do you, I mean, you know, it's like you need to go get some electrolysis, man. All right, shaving ain't going to do you no good. You're going to have stubble on your fucking chin. You're going to be pricking me. This is my life. I'm the founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. I got another lady friend I talked to. You know, she's cute, blonde, from out of the country. I mean, she might be in her 40s, but Jesus, man, she looks great. Like I said, I love them older women. I mean, those older women are just great. I don't know about you guys, but what would you rather have? A fucking older woman that'll suck your fucking cock dry? Or some young girl that says, oh, shit, I'm going to bite that fucker right off. So you go for, you know, so I wind up with single mothers. It happens, you know. But they're whacked out, you know. I don't like the show to hurt anybody's feelings. This is good humor. That's why we do the show. Our ratings are really up right now, except for tonight because it's a surprise show. I didn't announce it, you know, and it wasn't even announced on Now Live. But this recording will last forever. Some of you will save this episode on your computers, and I know a lot of people, even the ones that don't like me, save the episodes, and it's fine. You know, I more than welcome it. I want you people to enjoy what I put out. In a sense, I also want to say, you know, people who don't like us, the bonds grow whether you like us or love us, you know. Some people are not going to like good radio out there. I don't know who. I have friends that don't like Howard Stern. I love Howard Stern. You know, and I also love the Angel of Thy Night radio show. Oh, wait, I am the Angel of Thy Night radio show. Angel of Thy Night is me. And people tend to forget that. And when they disrespect the show, they disrespect me. But it's okay. Because one day you'll realize that the show's, it's just wonderful radio. Some of the best radio you're ever going to hear is on this show. You're not going to hear it on other shows on Now Live. Not like this. This show is big for our group. You know, we're going to have such a busy month coming up. We got to climb Snow Mountain. It's an exploration. It's going to be very entertaining. I don't know if I'll find a cave. I don't know what I'll find. I know when I get to the peak, I'm going to be stoned. Let's put it this way. There's no houses even near Snow Mountain. They got, like, fences and shit. They haven't even gone, no roads. They haven't even built out there. There's a government-gated road, and I'm told June, I was like, you know, we go down there. If they lock us in, they lock us in. I go through the gates, man. Nobody's looking. I go through the gates. If I ain't got a choice, you ain't going to trap my ass in there. Prove I did it, so I said I did it. Ha-ha, I seen a car trapped in there the other day. Very hard to get to Snow Mountain. But there does appear to be some dirt roads back going up the mountain, so if we find a dirt road, we could probably follow it and get as close to the, I forgot what they call them out here, but not where the mountain starts going up, but further up. It's kind of like Lone Mountain. It's got a 700-foot hike, but then the mountain itself is actually 1,700 feet. So, you know, Snow Mountain basically, it looks very steep from here. When you look at it, I mean, not many people in Las Vegas have climbed these mountains, especially the ones that are just like out in the middle of the valley, or way on the north side of town where nobody even lives hardly, way north. But, it looks steep, but when you get up to the mountain, it's really not too bad. But you can still die climbing it. Because the problem is that you'll have a cliff or a really steep angle you got to climb, and then you slip and you bounce 5 feet over a small ledge. You hit a rock, and all of a sudden you hit another fucking 10 feet, and then another 15 feet, and you get that roll going. You're dead by the time you hit the bottom. That dangerous. The steep inclines are hands and knees, sometimes all loose gravel all the way up, or loose stones, and you're just sliding, and you're on your fucking stomach, and your arms and legs spread apart, and you're just sliding. And you look behind you, it was like Lone Mountain. I started to slide, I looked behind me, 30 or 50 feet or 80 feet fucking down, because I went up the side. I went to my right and climbed these giant rocks, climbed them more. I cut back to my left, and it dropped down into a valley, and I was like, behind me was like 80 feet. I'm like, fuck. Because then I had to cut back over. It's like a switchback trail. It zigzags. And sometimes when you get to the top of a zigzag behind you, you'll look down, and you go down 40 feet, hit a small edge, bounce down another 40 feet. Snow Mountain is going to be a very dangerous investigation and exploration. We're hoping we might find some ancient caves with Indian paintings. There's caves all over southern Nevada. There's mines all over and ghost towns all over the state. This is a very amazing state. I mean, for us to visit here and tour the area, it's a wonderful thing. But, we will go back to California, Area 51. We're going to do that. Take a little ride out to Rachel. We'll go have a hamburger or something, We'll play some music, ride through the desert, smoke one and chill. Because, it's just great. And if you look on the Parrot Comedy page, you'll see that June, when June was smoking her pipe, she kind of looked like Popeye. And June, I am not busting your chops. I'm just saying, the shot was just, it was perfect. I'm no cartoonist, but Jesus fucking Christ. So now, what is it? Lord Rick? Another thing to add to my resume, I'm a cartoonist. I'm a medicine doctor. I take the medicine. I take parsley and I make medicine. Bananas, you cook the banana peels, you get high off them. I'm a medicine doctor, I heal. Add that to my resume too. I'm a lot of things. And overall, I am the founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. I am a wonderful talk show host. We have a very open-minded show, but, please, folks, tonight, if you're going to call in, talk about pussy, tits, ass, something. Let's talk about the paranormal. Let's talk about El Dorado Mines. El Dorado Mines. Well, yeah, it is, because the whole canyon is full of mines. There's hundreds of tunnels that just carve into the walls. You go up a road, you come behind a rock, 4 or 5 tunnels off on the mountainside. I went into Skull Mines, the last investigation of the night, a few days ago. If you watch our Flash movie that we updated tonight for Jubilee Mine and El Dorado Canyon, because that trailer's to introduce you of things to come, because we're going to be going back out here in November. We're going to be going out here in December. But we're going to be going out there because we want to explore other mines and other parts. But we went into Skull Mines. I'm looking for it. Because it's off the road by like 200-300 feet through the desert. Tarantulas running around. Come on, there's tarantulas everywhere, man. It's like, holy shit, tarantulas. Just fucking talk about arachnophobia. If you're arachnophobic, you don't go out there because there's tarantulas everywhere. Fuzzy fucking tarantulas. And I went out into the desert like a fucking hero, like a fucking trooper. And I told June, I said, you are falling asleep. You are tired. You cannot stand. I said, I will be the commando. And I grabbed the equipment, and off I went into the desert, leaving June in the car, knowing I've seen two sets of eyes on the mountain looking at us. Aliens? I don't know. Anal probers? I don't fucking know. Human beings? Definitely not. Coyotes? Maybe. But I seen eyes, and I turned the fucking car lights onto those eyes, and there was no body. There was no animals, nothing. My lights hit it coming down the road off to the left on the mountain. But then, to face it directly and be like, where'd they go? Because I quickly turned the car to the left. I was like, I'm going to catch you. I want to know what's standing on that mountain. And nothing was there. No coyotes, nothing. Just sets of eyes that just disappeared. This is scary. I left June in the car. June dozed off, and I got way out in the desert, could barely see the light on the car. Had cliffs and canyon to my left, to my right, and up ahead of me, giant mountain. I didn't find it, so I went back up the road. She's still snoring, left her in the car. Again, getting out, looking around, walking down the road, parking 100 feet, trying to remember what mile marker. Was it this mile marker or that? Eventually, though, I did find it when I was hiking back there. I was missing it because when I was shining my light in front of the mountain, there was like a 9-foot steep climb, and you get to the top of that, it levels off for 5 feet, and right into the side is Skull Mine. So I go into the mouth of the skull. There's giant fucking metal bars. I couldn't even move. And I got a blast of fucking hot air in my face. It was like fucking Ghostbusters, man. Like at the library. It's the real Ghostbusters. My hair was fucking blowing. My hand almost blew off. It was like something was standing on the other side of that fucking tunnel. I could feel the energy. When I approached Skull Mine, on the ground laid the Bible. The pages were blowing. My hair was fucking blowing. I walked up into Skull Mine, and I took my hand and put it through the metal bars and tried to film with the night vision camera down the tunnel, which looked like it went for hundreds of feet, just pitch into the pitch darkness. It curved to the left, curved to the right, curved all the way back to the left, and then I couldn't see no more. And it's like, all the other mines felt calm, but at Skull Mine it didn't. And so I left, and I got back in the car. There's some signs of the mine anyways, because I seen, you see different artifacts out in the desert from leftover wagons, ore wagons and things, and the mining camp nearby, which was a San Juan mining camp, which we did visit, and I shot a bow and arrow, and they got a little, they're restoring it back there, There's mines and things and off-roading you can do and hiking and stuff. Boot, he showed us it all back there. But anyways, I'm analyzing the pictures because I left, because I really wanted to get inside and realize that the two eyes to the skull are much higher up. And so when I stood at the entrance and looked up, I couldn't see them because they sat a little further back. So we're going to return to Skull Mines, and what we're going to do is climb into one of the eyes and see if we can climb on down into the main entrance. That should probably intersect with the tunnel that has the metal bars. Sometimes you just got to go in a mine and climb down the shaft. It's really not that hard. Most, not all, but some shafts are just very steep, and they're only like 3, 4, 5 feet wide. You have to go on your back, or you have to go on your side. They're not that wide, and just make sure you don't hit the beams, because if you hit the beams, the ceiling could cave in. You're sliding. And there's all these fucking needles, too, because the rats or the chipmunks bring in the needles from the cactus, so one that can pierce your boot. So, yeah, I went sliding down a shaft, like, woo! I'm hoping when I get to the end of this, it doesn't drop off 1,000 feet. Woo! I was fucking like a kid, throwing up my fucking hands. I'm like, hey, I'm stoned, Something like that. I was stoned and didn't smoke none. Stoned from the previous day. Everybody must get stoned. It was interesting, I'll tell you, being in that mine shaft. You learn a lot. I felt a presence with me in the mine shaft. In the Gettysburg mine. Pittsburgh mine, we just went in one tunnel of it. It dead ends eventually. It's on steep cliffs, so there's a lot of hard-to-get areas, but went in 3 parts of the Gettysburg, and I climbed down into a shaft, but that's the way Skull Mine looks. It looks like you got the mouth and you got 2 creepy eyes that are above it, or holes. It's pretty creepy. And I felt during the day the creepiness when I took the picture. Like something was watching me through one of the eyes, just staring back at me. I felt it. It's a powerful place. It has more energy than Jubilee. Years ago, Jubilee used to be the place, but I think this is the place as the Bible sits there. And there's other, on the backside of the mountain, there's trails. You come down, there'll probably be a tunnel on the opposite side. But we want to go into Skull Mines. We want to find out why did they bar it? Why is that mine got bars on the front of it? Because some of the other entrances will just be tunnels that go down, or shafts that you might be able to climb down, or it could just be straight pits down. But we want to get into Skull Mine, so we're going to try to figure out a way. If we climb another 10 feet above the mouth or over the nose area, it's kind of a steep climb, but there's 2 eyes. You climb down in there and then just try to look for a way down. Because when I stood up at the entrance of Skull Mine, a blast of hot air hit me, and it makes you wonder, how's the hot air, where's the hot air coming from? A lot of energy was emitted from that place. It was emitted. Walked back to the car, but I'll tell you, I just felt so much anguish over there. I felt like somebody was trying to keep something in. Putting the Bible at the entrance to a place is sort of like a ritual. It's like we're putting the Bible here, you shall not come out. I mean, just to see that Bible flipping in the wind. And that was a good paranormal investigation. So anyways, Boot, he's drinking. He takes us off-roading. We're not sure the truck's going to make it, Tires, he put in 4-wheel drive. The tires were spinning. We were moving like 2 miles an hour on this one slope, going along old wagon trails. He showed us stone houses. He took us right into the San Juan camp, which is outside Nelson. Nelson, like I said, had their little town, your general stores and businesses. In mine, you go work at the mine, come out, hit the general store for some food or some basic needs. Life was simple, and that's where the Wild West began. There was, it's like kind of bad that, there was more men living there than Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Valley. They had 500 men living in El Dorado Canyon, or in Nelson area. And they said 500 men, and I'm thinking, God, what do they all do? They all fucking each other in the ass? I could not live in a town with men only. I couldn't. I don't think in society it's fair. Even let's put it this way, okay? Prison, for example, okay? All right, you go to jail. Hey, you go to jail. Shouldn't they do a community jail? Think about it. Like they could have a game show with mates in jail. Go on, Roxy. No more tongue in the mouth. But anyways, it was the dog. We made out. Long story. But anyways, with jail, well, the name your mate game. And you go up. You got two people that commit murder. Okay, you got a female that's murdered someone. You got a male that's murdered somebody. Okay, they made a mistake. All right, they were young. Maybe they were involved in a gang. Who knows? I'm not saying it's right, but they got Mexicano and we got Mexicana. All right. And it could be like a meat market. You take the girl's like, okay, she's good in prison, she's got good behavior. You say, okay, we're going to find you a mate. And it's like they take the female to the jails, okay? Now get this. The female walks down to each cell, slapping the men on the ass. And she goes, let's use this bad boy right here. And you put female prisoners with male prisoners. And they got a companion for the rest of their life. No meat cock sandwiches, okay? None of that shit going on. I'm talking about, say a guy goes to jail for like years for weed, which in my opinion is very lame. America, thank you. You pick cannabis and you smoke it, so now it's a crime, God, people are they need to lighten up. Everybody's getting too serious. Our society's transforming. People, are getting so serious, but it's like, you're not serious enough building into outer space because it's the only way to survive is we have to start going to space. Man needs to go to space. Take my advice. I am a scientist of the paranormal. I am a very knowledgeable man. You human beings need to go to space, and we're just not advanced. Our monies are going towards war. The seriousness is there. Everybody's got careers and things. Just like us, the Paranormal Ghost Society, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. Some people think they're signing up for a job. It's like, yeah, I got a job for you. A fucking blowjob. Get on your knees and give me a blowjob. There's the job, But really, I have a lot of respect for women, and, I know people could hear it in my voice, yeah, he doesn't, but seriously, a lady should be respected, and, just because we make these jokes on our show doesn't mean we're anything like that at all. But we're about entertainment, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to entertain you folks. But I do want to mention something I put on the Paracomedy page. If I had something to hide, would I put something like that? We had a girl stand us up for the investigation, okay? She slept in or just was lazy and didn't want to go. The girl calls me back when I'm in El Dorado Canyon or almost done with it. Well, I'll come over later. I'll help you edit the film. Yeah, we did all the hard work, climbing over shafts and sliding down and falling and everything else, getting fucking spooked. And, this girl is toasty and warm underneath the fucking blankets, probably fucking tickling her fucking clit while I'm out there fucking dying of fucking thirst. I'm like, because I forgot to bring water all 3 times on the journey. I did this without any fucking fluids. Cup of coffee at Starbucks before with lots of sugar. That's about all I had. And then I toked. Oh my God. Jesus, talk about cottonmouth in the fucking desert. It was like going into the fucking pyramids. I was in the goddamn pyramids, the pyramids of Jubilee Mine. It's like a pyramid. You go down and there's like different fucking levels and fucking tunnels leading here and there and blocked off chambers. You're like, what the fuck? We got booby traps here? You step into the fucking water, you're thinking booby traps, man. Might be a fucking body floating down in here, There's chambers we can't even get to anymore. They're collapsed. Or they stopped mining in those areas. Who knows? Just an amazing place. I left June by herself out there because I thought she's found me, and I'm looking around. I look down. I cross over the edge, and I am standing at this giant fucking hole with a plateau you could stand on that overlooks it. I found this really steep tunnel that went all the way down, and then I seen another tunnel way at the bottom. and there was actually a tree growing inside this chasm. And I'm like, should I go? Should I go? Problem is, if I go down, I probably ain't going to come out for an hour or something. And poor June, she's in the desert standing still, and anything could be out there from all angles. They talk about things that eat you in the desert. Desert's nothing to mess with. Boot, he's a cowboy. He's experienced in the desert. I consider him a friend. I mean, these locals in Nelson, they're great. I mean, they just, it's a nice life. It's a peaceful life out in one of the most picturesque parts of southern Nevada. You got the Colorado River. They got kayaking tours and things, and Boot does these tours. And he off-roads to all these places. He lived out in the middle of some dark road, just deep away from it all. There's only 55 residents in the area that live in this place. It's not a very populated town. I've seen a few cuties living down there. I don't know who those cute girls are, but I'll tell you, Boots, you gotta hook me up. I need myself a cowgirl. Or I need myself, I need myself a shot of tequila, thank you. And I plan on getting tequila tomorrow night at the annual Paranormal Ghost Society Halloween ball. It's not much. We'll have a few snacks, I'll have a few snacks, but, basically, everybody's contributing, and I want to see creativity tomorrow. I want someone to bring a bottle of Southern Comfort. I want somebody to bring a bottle of wine. I want somebody to bring cupcakes. I'll make the brownies. Don't worry about it, okay? I want people to bring things because that's what the Paranormal Ghost Society is. It's about contributing, just like Daggy 5. It's a very contributing type of group. Everybody posts. Everybody's friendly to one another. There's no drama. Yeah, because me and Mike Digital, we don't want drama. We both, me and him, or him and I, we actually stay away from it because we're here to do a show. We're here to provide entertainment. That's what Mike Digital does too. He's here to call in the show, and he does our music, and I mean it's very good music. It's rather entertaining. I played that guitar piece on our last show. I mean, just jamming away, amazing. And of course, we like to have as many guests as possible. I'm going to be doing a show in another week or two. It's going to have a special guest on it. I'm not going to tell you who it is. But you're going to be pretty fucking surprised. Let's put it that way. This is AngelOfThyNight Radio. And it is past midnight, and it is Halloween. Have you howled at the moon tonight? Like I said, bad experiences, having to deal with these horrifying women, It's like that one I met the other day. I got hit in the face 5 times. So I wrote her tonight. I said, this it's not going too well, I got candles fucking burning. You're outside fucking smoking like a chimney. You should be inside. I'm standing here with a fucking heart on. Let's get inside. I got fucking candles, man. See, that's the problem, is that women nowadays have different priorities. They become like men because of the hormones that are in the food. Girls are growing fucking beards. I'm surprised if girls are growing dicks nowadays. Jesus. But yeah, they just like get off on top of you and they fucking walk away. You're thinking, Jesus, you act like you fucked me, like I am the bitch. Because I ain't the bitch. I am Lord Rick. But anyways, I don't think I'm going to have a rap career, But, Mike Digital, when you get your music promoted enough, man, and you get in with a major band or get a major deal or something like that, count me in, brother. I don't know what kind of music I can provide for you, but we'll figure out something. I'll beat on something, or I'll fucking be there to entertain. Well, I'll do some comedy before the show, you know? Or I'll speak. I'll come out there and speak for you. And then fucking all of a sudden the fucking curtain lifts and you're fucking jamming Guns N' Roses shit, you know? Just like that. I bet some of you people didn't expect an episode tonight, but you know, you guys know me better than that. I've never done an episode on Halloween. And I'm telling you, you know, it's probably when it gets time-stamped on Now Live, it's going to say the 30th. But it is currently 12:22 in the morning, and it is Halloween. On All Hallows Eve a couple of years ago, I took an investigator. I think her name was Amanda. Was it Amanda? Yeah. And me and her went down some dirt road off-roading in Florida. I don't know where the fuck it was. We went to the cemetery in the middle of nowhere. And we went. There was like a pentagram on one of the stones. It's a pretty, I mean, the graves were almost exposed and the crypts were cracked. And it was just, it was a crazy place. The upper burial, the coffins were almost exposed, and a lot of Confederate soldiers, and we heard something too. It was very haunted. I remember I laid down on one of the graves. I laid down with, of course, a Scream mask and a Scream costume. We took a picture, and that night the ghost came and they fucking haunted the fuck out of me. That's probably my worst horror story of all, based on all my paranormal investigations. I got fucking haunted because the Confederates didn't like me. I was a Yankee, you know, I came from up north, Buffalo, New York. The streets of New York. That's where I came from. The streets. You have no idea. This is Lord Rick of the AngelOfThyNight radio show, folks, providing you the best entertainment, may I say paranormal entertainment, because as of this week, we've hit our 800th investigation, or paranormal adventure, rather. We completed this month in October of 2008 3 trips to El Dorado Canyon, including an extreme one with Boot, El Dorado tour guide, who took us into some of the most remote and dangerous parts of El Dorado Canyon, Pittsburgh Mine, Gettysburg Mine, San Juan Mining Camp, and of course we did Skull Caverns, June and I, along with Jubilee Mine for our third visit, Darkness Falls, our first visit at night in El Dorado Canyon. Met 2 locals up there. One's a member of our group or browses our site. She's into the paranormal. And Boo, which he will be our investigator. Every time we go up there, we'll bring him along, and he'll go exploring anytime. But he knows all the plants. He knows how to survive. He knows what to eat, how to defend, how to take the cactus needles out of the shoe. He's got tools. I mean, he's a great hiker. And you know, like myself, I've spent a lot of time in the Florida swamp, so you know, I could definitely take a person through the swamp safely, just like I could take a person through the Pennsylvania forest, Warren, Pennsylvania forest safely. But the desert's a whole other ballgame, because no matter how experienced you are, there's dangers everywhere. There's rattlesnakes, cliffs, drop-offs, holes, shafts, mines, rushing water, getting lost, elements, heat. We're fighting for our lives here with the Paranormal Ghost Society. We are fighting for our lives. And we've brought all this to you. And we're bringing more. January or December is going to be a trip back to the Valley of Fire. We have some other places to hike around in that night. We will go back to El Dorado Canyon. We're definitely going to be hitting a lot of areas coming up. Snow Mountain, Area 51, like I was saying. Might be doing a haunted park coming up. So we got a few places around Thanksgiving. We'll take it easy in November. I mean, we'll push on. Every week we'll go out, we'll do something, or whatever the case may be. But we have a lot of plans. And, you know, when we did Darkness Falls, we stood in front of Jubilee Mine. I heard something down in the mine. We didn't get as many EVPs as we did during the day, which I found really weird. Like, I heard some strange things and felt some strange things. It almost seemed like we walked into a vortex. And what I mean by that is that we got lost all around Jubilee. Nothing looked the same for a while. Just like these 3 holes in the side of the mountain. They just disappeared. But at night, it's a whole different ballgame when you're in the desert. The lights start dimming. You only get to see 10 feet in front of you. You don't know if you're going to step on a tarantula. You just don't know. You got to watch. You got all sharp pieces of metal and rocks. It really is an amazing place, and I think people should cherish El Dorado Canyon. And, you know, if you're caught trespassing, yeah, you will be shot out there. It's private properties. People are protecting their mines like they did in the 1800s. Asian man came up there, you know, he used to, every month, sell the gold bars half price at the steamboat landing. It took him a day to get up there from where he was at. That's just got to give you an idea how big El Dorado Canyon is. To go down the dirt road, it took him a day to get up there. Or a day, you know, to get the trip there and back. Because the river was just a few miles away, but it was such rough terrain. There's wagon roads, old wagon roads from back in the day still existing. You can see them. That's what we off-roaded on, and Boot told me it's the highway. But we did have a few occurrences happen, but the activity was very mild. That's why we get EVPs, because some reason, if you don't get pictures of ghosts, the EVPs are just as solid. If it's not your voice, then who is it? If it's not your investigator, who is it? They're very good potential evidence. See, TAPS, they go in and they get an EVP, whatever. That's fine. You know, that's fine. Go in there and get your EVP, but the Paranormal Ghost Society, we're trying to get all different sorts of evidence. You know, for years, we spent years gathering ghost photos. I got this one apparition picture. You can see the red lipstick in the ectoplasm, and the eyes, and the face, and the blonde for hair, and the blouse, and it's clear, and it's a good picture. It's not anybody human. It's in the ectoplasm. It's a ghost, man. There's no explanation for it. The totem poles I got up in New York, made out of ectoplasm, fucking shocking, man. I'm walking down a road that once had totem poles on it, and it was part of the Indian reservation. My camera, back then, I used a camera, and it was fucked up. The computer chip was all messed up, and it was taking blurry picture. It was only capturing, everything in the middle. But then I got half of something, and I'm like, what is this? It looks like there's a pattern in it. I mirrored the picture and pieced the two together. Do you know what it was? A fucking totem pole with an Indian face and a fucking eagle. I pieced the pixels together. It was a fucking totem pole on Black Stone Road in New York, or Black Nose Road. But the tale goes that there's been bodies found in the lake that runs along that road. This was brought to you by the Paranormal Ghost Society years ago, and we were into the pictures, and we still very much are. But we're trying to bring you some EVP, too. And, you know, you could watch TAPS on TV. You could say, hey, they're on TV. It's cool. Watch them on TV, but that's fucking TV, man. This is the real thing. What Mike Digital does, exploring places, it's the real thing. He's an expert on Danvers. He's a professional at it. I have a lot of respect for him. But you know, I just stepped on a toy. That hurt. But we're professionals at what we do, you know? And we go into these places. And you got to have respect. And I know I've gotten lost somewhere along the line. You can thank the toy for that. But we work very, very hard at what we do. You know, and you want, like I said, you can watch taps. You say, hey, they're on TV. It's cool, man. I want to watch them, and it's amazing. But that's television, man. What we're doing is the real thing. We're going into these places. We're going into mines. We're not paid to do it. Ask taps if they do this shit for free. Really. I mean, it's just, you know, it's the whole point is that we like to give you a dose of reality. That's why we got this radio show. We're giving you a dose of reality, but we're giving you on our site, which is a paranormal entertainment site, we're giving you a dose of reality. We're showing you out there real comedy, real adventure. It's adventure, you know. I mean, you know, you look at some of the pictures. My legs are hanging over edges and all kinds of shit. What's climbing, you know? I cannot think of how many times I've came close to death. Hundreds of times. Even in El Dorado Canyon, hiking around on the steep embankments over the fucking shafts and stuff. One slip and you bounce and fall into a shaft. I came close to death like 20 times. That's why we made the trailer. We wanted to show you what the real deal was. Give you a perspective on the dangers of explorations. A lot of special people doing explorations, and there's a lot of people doing paranormal investigations. A lot of them are very special. That's why we're all in it together. We're all on the same side. You know, and a lot of good things happened out of that El Dorado trip, you know. I've made a couple new friends. I go up there next time I have a couple locals to hang with. I'm gonna bring a 6-pack up. I'm gonna bring a 6-pack to boot. And ladies, you know, he's a cowboy and he wants to know if any of you ladies want to live in El Dorado Canyon with him. He's gonna put his trailer back about, you know, a mile or two off the road. It's real peaceful, and it's beautiful. I mean, I agree with him. It's a nice place to live. Very scenic. You can go off-road and horseback riding, fishing, I can imagine, at the river. But it's got a haunted history. You know, you don't want to be out there at night walking around the desert. You don't want to be roaming deep in these mines. It's dangerous. Leave it to the paranormal investigators. It's the real Ghostbusters, folks. My hair was blowing at Skull Mines. It's the real Ghostbusters. And I had no goddamn fucking proton pack. Yeah, I did not have the trap. The trap, whatever was in that mine. But that's what we do. You know, we're there to bust the ghosts. We want to get them on film, you know. We made a movie. When it's going to come out, when it's going to be for sale, I don't know. Because we probably will end up selling the movie ourselves. And hopefully, you know, people will turn out and they will buy this movie. We're going to advertise it. We'll probably get it copywritten too. Well, of course it'll be copywritten because we're going to have a host sell it for us, and they're going to take their cut. But if you want to see the movie from El Dorado Canyon, that should be coming out in a few months. Right now we're working on the editing of the movie, And once we edit it, we'll be able to put it on somewhere. And who knows, maybe you pop it in your DVD player and you can watch the Lord on your TV. You might be able to watch 3 to 4 hours of Lord Rick. Doesn't get any better than that. Bonnie Springs, they never gave me my movie that I did for them. And it's really a shame because, apparently there's been bad stuff said. Who knows, They got some guy who's doing seances up there. It's like, come on, Put this guy in El Dorado Canyon. Let him set up his seance. Let him set up his fucking seance there. Nothing against certain people, but, the Paranormal Ghost Society, we get rudely treated by the public. Guy calls me from a radio show or leaves me an email, says, we want the Lord Rick. We know you did the first investigation. We know you did a film. Or he didn't mention film. I'm like, okay. He goes, we want to interview you. Well, it's like I did an investigation a few years ago. And then, so technically, yeah, I beat you guys to it. I already felt energies there and knew the place was haunted because I did a little history follow-up. So I've been helping get business to Bonnie Springs because they got a zoo and stuff. And I get to Bonnie Springs, and, they kind of, a couple months ago, they kind of like, oh, we're not going to sell the video. And then it was, we're not going to really have you give ghost tours here. Well, I'm directing and helping produce a film. And they wanted to use the film so that way when people come to the gates of the haunted house in October, they could see Lord Rick walking around Bonnie Springs on film. So they got it playing on their TV, I guess. Well, supposedly, but like a few days ago I called, he's like, I don't got the film. It's like, So wouldn't it be interesting to actually have me, it's probably too late because it's already Halloween, but wouldn't it have been interesting to go up to Bonnie Springs and actually see the film playing and be like, I thought you told me you don't have the film. I never got a copy of the film. And it's like, this is not a TV producer, this is a horror producer. And he might be a very good horror producer, but, as far as a paranormal producer, no. When you film somebody, you make sure you give them a copy of the movie. Especially, when you got somebody who's a star attraction like myself walking around investigating a ghost town. You want to follow us around with the cameras to see if any paranormal activity happens. And they didn't have a battery pack, and they had a cord that only went so far, and they were using not the night vision, but the other one, so that way I was showing up too dark, or I don't know. But I'm afraid that they either messed up the movie or they're playing it and don't want to give me a copy. And it's like we have every right to have a copy of that movie. Our members, our fans of this radio show, have a right to see that movie in Bonnie Springs that was shot. We have a right to put it on YouTube. They don't have a right to advertise it. We made a deal. Of course, they probably edited that out because it's digital editing. And it's like, whoa. If I find that out and you don't give me a copy, I'm going to get an attorney. Personally myself, I know 2-3 attorneys. I really do. I know 2 or 3 attorneys, and we got like my roommate's brother's friend or whatever's an attorney. And the Paranormal Ghost Society, we're tired of getting screwed, So anyways, I call this radio show host back for some FM station here in Las Vegas. He says, no, we're going to go out there. So the project he promised me was gone. If like that was the project, I'm laughing because it's like I've already filmed here. Now I got some radio show following me around. It's like another person's going to screw me over. It's like I've already done the damn thing. I've already done a show on it. So that, he was kind of like, we're going to have Alan do our show, who does seances in Las Vegas. It's like, man, how ignorant is that? You don't stick someone who does seances in a fucking ghost town or on Native American lands where the springs were and an Indian village was. You You just don't do it, you know. You stick a paranormal investigator on it. So they didn't give me the ghost tours that they promised because I guess they didn't want to advertise our site, which, you know, it is a shame because, you know, we got 50,000 photos on our site. We got EVPs. We got comedy. And, you know, Cheech and Chong, they smoke weed, you know, and look at them. They're making millions. They are. And a lot of major TV stations and networks, they're not afraid to promote them with the marijuana leaf and the pot smoking and everything. But Bonnie Springs, I bet you, is afraid to promote us, you know. They hire us on or they tell us, you know, you're involved. They turn around, they look at our site, and they change their mind. And it's just, you know, it's totally ridiculous. Because man wants to see things in his form instead of keeping an open mind and saying, hey, you know, these guys got a good thing going on. And now they're at a loss because they lost a great guy. They lost a great founder that could do ghost tours. They lost my respect because they won't give me my film to put out this Halloween. So I had to turn around in October because they fucked me in September apparently because I still haven't gotten it. And that was in the beginning of September or end of August. Actually, it's the beginning, I believe. September 2nd or whatever. But they fucked us. So I had to go out in October and I had to put this film together. And I put a film together about Jubilee Mine in the El Dorado Canyon, an area I visited 12 years ago before the Paranormal Ghost Society existed. And I had seen paranormal. And now this journey is basically me visiting it, you know, doing just an investigation of the whole mine, or my return. And in the descent is us going deeper on in, making our way through the deeper water and, you know, just exploring every possible tunnel we could. And we actually found like 3 new areas in the mine. Like we found one tunnel we didn't see before. We got through the water and found the chamber was underwater where you go through a small hands and knees tunnel, which I was there years ago. So we saw the caved in areas. Things had changed. And in Darkness Falls is the whole night journey with Boot the cowboy up in El Dorado. And you know, he's a great hiker. He's very fearless. He's got he carries a good gun, a very solid knife. Nobody gonna fuck with us. And he's great to party with, man. You know, so welcome aboard, bro. Because I know eventually you'll probably listen to this show. You like entertainment and you like laughs. And Boot, you know, I'd like to have him sometime on a show because he's got a good sense of humor. And you know, we had so many laughs on that investigation. I mean, just the first 10 minutes, the jokes just were flying back and forth the entire exploration. And then we dropped them off, and the jokes stopped because June was getting so tired. I seen her on the mine just walking up these steep hills, and she wasn't making it, and she wasn't going anywhere. And I had to kind of wander off by myself a little to look around. And, you know, that's the whole thing. But she pushed on and on and on, and she finished the Jubilee with me. We went to the 2 areas. We didn't stay long, but I did get at least 1 EVP in the short time I was there. We spent an hour trying to hike to find the right tunnels, and we spent maybe 10 minutes in each tunnel, maybe 15 in each tunnel. So we didn't spend we didn't spend that much time there. But we spent enough to get that creepy feel at night, you know. And surprisingly, I did end up getting a couple ghost dogs in one of the investigations. You could hear the bark, like woof. 2 different types of barks too. So we've had a very successful trip going up there, and I'd like you to check it out, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. Go into Gateway 3, Portal 18, scroll down a little ways, click the El Dorado button. You can watch the Flash movie that we've made. It's 4 minutes long. Then you can go on in, and you can read about the descent. You can read about Lord Rick's return. That's my return of 12 years ago. So technically I've been to the Jubilee Mine in El Dorado Canyon 4 times, not 3. But back in the 90s, I was there once, and then I dealt with a demon for a couple years, and I learned how to overcome that, how to deal with my demons, and you should too, as human beings. And even listening to this show, you should learn how to overcome your demons. And, let us rejoice. Let us hoist up the wine goblet. Let us be Vikings for the night. Let us all be lords. Why not? Smoke one, drink one. It's goddamn fucking Halloween. And if, by fucking golly, if I don't get some pussy by the end of the night, there's going to be a problem, because I'm telling you, I plan on toking, I plan on smoking, I plan on eating brownies, I plan on eating candy. I plan on seeing my sons dressed up for Halloween. I plan on carving a pumpkin. I plan on getting my dick fucking wet. Is that a problem for you? Folks, this is Angel of Thy Night Radio, and this is Lord Rick, the Paranormal Ghost Society, bringing you one hell of an explosive episode tonight. And I know this episode don't make no sense. You don't toke like I smoke. That's the problem. Some of you need to start calling in the show. You need to start calling in stoned. That's the way to do it. Call in stoned. So anybody who's partying out there and wants to call in, go ahead and call in. I'll patch you through. If you're stoned, all the more merrier for us both. The show's really just gotten to a point that it's just amazing. Because you look at all these other hosts, they got their skits pre-planned. We know what we're going to talk about, but we don't really know how any of this is going to go down. That's the most amazing thing about the fucking show. And I don't know about you, but what have some of you done in the past? Like, what are your Halloween sins? Have any of you ever fucking gone to some chick's house after trick or treating on the door? I had one time some chick invite me in, her mom wasn't fucking home. I'm thinking, God damn, I'm gonna fucking hit this. I'm gonna bang this fucking girl. I'm gonna bang her, man. I mean, what is it? Halloween comes around once a year, but there's nothing more sexy than a girl in a French maid's fucking uniform. Or a she-devil fucking uniform. I mean, think about it. This is the only holiday where girls can be a slut and look like one and get fucking away with it. Mike Digital told me the other day, he's like, Rick, you got to do another show. And he's right. We got to keep doing shows. And, the whole thing about what we do is we entertain. And we can do our shows randomly. We could do them every day if we really wanted to. I went to Subway the other day. I was at Subway before I went on to the Fall of When Darkness Falls investigation. Because darkness fell behind the canyon, right then and there. June and I, we stopped at Subway. It's nice to have a team dinner, a team shed. And I appreciate June because, she knows I'm a very poor founder. I invest a lot, and she bought dinner for me, and that's just great, You don't find people like that nowadays. And that's a great investigator because, in a way, it is good, It's good that she fed me because it kept me alert. It kept me strong so I could look out for her when she started getting tired. I can keep an eye on her. I'm not dozing off in the desert or, have no energy if I have to. I told her if a coyote runs up, she goes, we'll run. And, we're discussing it. And she's like, I don't know. And Boots bringing the gun and stuff. And me, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, if that coyote runs up to me, I'm going to boot that bitch. I'm going to play a game of fucking soccer. You're going to see that fucking coyote fly over the cliff. I'm going to be like, I am the fucking Lord. I boot you out of here. This is my land. This ain't yours, coyote. This is my land. Why? Because I'm the Lord. Lord takes what he wants. Lord wants to go, if the Lord comes on the land, and the coyote's intruding, and, I'm going to boot that coyote. Just like I am not going to fight. Because then you know what happens when you run? You trip over a rock, you go down a cliff, you go down a hill, you hit your head, it gets banged, your head's banged, you're knocked out, and next you know the coyotes are eating your stomach, and you are fucking dead. You face that coyote, you kick that bitch in the face. Watch it whelp. Whelp? Whelp, I'm the fuck out of here. Whelp. So we go to a Subway. There's a cute girl working there. She's like, can I help you? And I'm laughing hysterical. I'm like, ah. I'm like, yeah, you can help me. You get on your fucking knees, you suck my fucking dick. Just like El Dorado Canyon. June and Kirk were standing there talking. They're like, what happened to the girl? I'm like, she stood us up. We were supposed to have somebody. Kirk's like, oh, I know what Kirk was thinking. He's thinking the same thing. And I'm like, but she called me and said she wants to come by later and edit the film. Well, I told Kirk she's going to have to make it up to me on her fucking knees. You just risked my life by not showing. By you showing, what if I was hanging out of a shaft and I needed you to help pull me out? And you didn't show. You fucked me. You fucked me in the ass. You fucked me in the fucking mouth. You fucked me every which way, but you fucked me. And now it's my turn to fuck you. Of course, we didn't fuck. She came over at like midnight after I'm like half tired and hiking all day long, half asleep. You know what she tells me? She goes, I got a silver spoon in my mouth. I'm a rich fucking girl. Yeah, you sound rich. 3 kids, pregnant with the 4th fucking kid. Kicked out of her husband's in-law's house. Like my situation, only difference is her situation is, it's like, you're a female that's pregnant? I bet you that daddy ain't, I bet you it ain't the husband's. That's why the in-laws kicked you out. You got something else baking in the fucking oven. And it ain't the Lord's child either. It ain't a baby Jesus. Oh, no, it's not. We're going to work on trying to get Reverend X. We want to have Battle of the Gods. Because, see, him and I, we're going to be arguing about it because I'm God. Okay? I am the Lord. He doesn't, sometimes when people got to understand that, this world's big enough for 2 gods. You want to be God, I'll be God, we'll both be gods. It's what the Paranormal Ghost Society does. We turn people into gods. June never thought she'd climb over a mine shaft or down in a tube into a cavern or a mine. She never thought some of the stuff I've had her do, she's never thought of. She's going to try to go up Snow Mountain with me, but she's going to try to do a different part. Me, I might just go straight up the cliff, Everybody's like, oh my God, oh my God. Well, hey, as long as there ain't those fucking cactus balls or needle balls, I'll be all right. God damn, you can't even pull them out of your skin. It just sticks to you, and it's just an amazing pain when it goes in your foot or your hand. We had encountered those. A lot of dangers we encountered up in El Dorado Canyon. But anyways, the girl goes, can I help you? And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I want some meat, but I didn't mean to make it sound that way. And I'm thinking, I need to give this girl my meat. Fucking go to the bathroom with her, or let her get on her fucking break. There's no management there. Shear the fucking bathroom. Go in the fucking bathroom and fucking bang her in the fucking bathroom. That's my simple solution. So anyways, I order some fucking, I order a sub, and in June, she treats me pretty good, but I treat her good too. We look out for each other. That's how it is when you do urban exploration. You look out for each other. I mean, you're there at a safety spot for one another. You don't want to go in a place and not come out. You don't want to bang your head and die or be left there. So, we take care of each other. She feeds me, it's like I'll protect you with my life. You can about be 5 coyotes. I'll fight them all. I'm the mighty Lord. You watch me do it, and I'll succeed. I know I'll succeed. I will fight all the coyotes. I'll bite them fucking back. They'll be fucking whelping. They'll wish they hadn't met the Lord. Hallelujah, amen to that. Amen, amen, amen. lots of ways to say it. But anyways, we're sitting there, we ate the sub, we went off to our investigation. And I'm not sure what it is, but there all these places we go in Vegas at the fast food places, nobody speaks English, or they speak very bad English. Can't even understand them, It's like Howard Stern, they called up that lady about having a pussy haircut, and the girl couldn't, the hairdresser didn't speak good English, and it was like Chinese. She's like, oh, she don't know what's going on. Same fucking thing. But anyways, I want to tell you a story, okay? A story about how I became Lord Biggalo, male Jiggalo. Okay, a while back ago, before I had gotten out of Florida, I had met a girl who, I'm not going to give out too much information, but, she's a hooker. She's a hooker. I didn't figure it out at first, These girls that look for a generous guy online. That's why she brought me over. She thought I was going to be generous. And it turned out, I was just toking with her fucking kid and fucking dancing the music, and she has fucking glow sticks, and the lady's crazy, They take triple C's, they fucking see Hellraiser, and fucking, there's like sex going on in the fucking trailer. This is real Florida adventure, man. The fucking husband's in the next fucking room, ill. She's fucking getting fucking 5-10 guys coming in and out, lined. I used to be the doorman, okay? I used to be the doorman, Lord Biggalo, male Jiggalo. Okay, well, I was a pimp at one time. All right. So anyways, and it wasn't really by choice. It was like, well, this lady, it turned out that, she knew I had no money, but she said, you're a good guy. We'll become friends, And so she started liking me not for money at all, but just to, it's just like, come over, smoke one, we'll chill. And then, when the guys come over, she turned on the red light, like that song by Sting, Roxanne, with the red light and everything. She turned it on. And then the guys would know it's time to get some ass. So, sometimes we'd have like 10 guys in there lined up, and I'd have to fold my arms, wear the sunglasses, and I would scare all the guys. I'd look at them real mean. They'd hand me the money. That's a true story. Am I a bad guy? Hell no. I'll tell you something. I'm an amazing father. I love my kids to death. I hug them. I kiss them. I play baseball with them. We eat dinner together. I'm an amazing father. Even my friends say you're an amazing father because, there's a lot of fathers in the world who aren't there for the kids, but Lord Rick, he's there for his kids, his children. And I would love to have more children. So if there's any women out there that would like to have some children with me, let's go for it, man. Let's have another child. What the heck, Because, life's short. It really is, and it's important. The value of kids is very important. To be surrounded by kids, I have no regrets with that. That's beautiful. It really is. And so, my kids mean the world, and love the kids. I love women. I mean, if you, like I said, you're not a normal guy. If you don't worship a girl's body head to toe, you're not a normal guy. Women are meant to be cherished. And a beautiful woman is very nice. And, like Mike Jiggalo says, his wife's hot. He's right. His wife is hot. And it's people, it's very tough nowadays to find a beautiful woman out there. I get some women on MySpace that write me sometimes hitting on me, and they're like got 3-4 teeth missing. You're like, what the fuck? I'm the founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. What the heck's this hick emailing me, It's like I thought I moved out of Florida. Hey, I'm back in fucking Florida. But when I was in Florida many years ago, I was a pimp. Because, I honestly just, it was a bad situation. My wife was like fucking throwing things, and she's just like, go hang out with some friends, It was back in the old days, So
I went and we used to fucking hide in a shed like a bunch of fucking kids, smoking fucking joint after joint, fucking popping in fucking porns. What the fuck? And listening to Eminem while I stand there. And she even bought me a fucking pimp hat and had me go around the neighborhood with her fucking shaking her fucking ass, snapping her fucking fingers. She went in, got like banged by 20 guys, comes out with the fucking money and says, here, she tells all the guys, you pay the Lord. Yeah, I think she said the Lord. You pay the Lord. Do you understand the power of the Lord? Like I said, we are like a church. We're like one. I collected donations that night, and I applied them. I applied them towards the Paranormal and Ghost Society. Is that illegal? No, it's not. Doesn't matter that I told you. I'm not going to give you addresses and names. I'm not going to give you dates because I'm too goddamn stoned to remember. And even if down the road, 6 months from now, you're like, we want this evidence. I don't know nothing. I smoke too much weed. I don't recall a damn thing. I'm sorry. I just have a little short-term memory. I know that I went to El Dorado. I know I went to, what do you call that? Jubilee Mine. I know I went there. I know I hiked. I know I heard and seen some things. All kinds of shit happened. But I was there. I got pictures to prove it. I gave you a wonderful mix of history, hauntings, strange. There was people in the mine with us. We were hiding down a dead-end cavern. The suspense, the danger, the laughter, Kirk falling in the water, just funny thing after funny thing. But anyways, I'm going back to how I am like Lord Biggalo, a male Jiggalo. Check this out. I meet freaks, okay? Like a week ago, I meet this girl, We talk and stuff. She's white, but she looks Chinese. I'm trying to figure this one out. It's like, please tell, you look younger than what you say you are. Do you have a facelift? So I'm thinking, I want a blowjob off this girl, but this girl looks like she's had a goddamn fucking facelift. Okay. Well, first off, she had a nice body. I mean, you can't argue with a 100-pound woman. You can put her up against the wall, slam her from every which fucking way. Not a problem. Not a problem for the Lord. The Lord is tall. The Lord is mighty. This girl's fucking, I got her in my room, and this girl's like looking the other way, touching her hand. She's moving away. And I'm just thinking, okay, She goes, I got to go now. So you drove here an hour to see me for a half hour, and then you go home. Come on, if you're already coming to my house, we're going to fuck. Let's face it. We're human beings. Dick goes in the pussy. In some cases, dick goes in the ass. Not in my fucking case, thank goodness. But we won't mention those people. Okay, and that's some people are like, oh, you got something against gays? No. We're talking about people out there who are ignorant towards the paranormal. We're talking about ass clowns. Like I had this ass clown email me the other day. Okay, and this ass clown says to me, why was I removed off your forum? I haven't posted in 2 years. Ah, exactly. Just caught you. They just condemn themselves. Like I said, the dick goes in the pussy, not the fucking ass. What a fucking joke. But we run communities, and that's all it is, just article sharing and basic communities. And, if you get a chance and you go to the main page of our site, visit UE Paradise. It's one of our newest communities. We also have Paranormal Sin City. And we got our Paranormal PHP board. We got PHP boards, with an arcade, a member map and profile, various forums. Because we cover a wide range of things. Because again, we formed into a paranormal entertainment group. It's the only one like it in the world. And we got this radio show. It's Halloween. Doesn't seem to be a moon out, so it's nice and dark. I can maybe get a girl tonight and bang her like in the backyard. What the hell, right? Yeah, it's warm out. It's the fucking desert. This is Las Vegas. Here's the latest in the news, okay? Did you know that I'm also a poacher? Okay, I know. But, like I said, the show's for entertainment purposes. I don't care if you don't believe it. I don't care if you do believe it. I'm just telling you a story. Going to jail for poaching, okay? I caught 2 alligators. All right, this is going to sound bad, but the one alligator was dead. The other alligator, well, I had him as a pet, and he kind of, disappeared. I don't even want to talk about that, okay? Well, we buried the alligator somewhere, and, it's somewhere really, it's like in a noticeable place up in Florida, okay? And now when somebody listens to the show and then they find the fucking bones, they're going to be like, where the fuck is the Lord now? They're gonna find the fucking bones. They're going to hear the show and they'll be like, reporting me for fucking poaching and shit. Can you imagine that? Because it is poaching. If you do not hunt alligators in alligator hunting season, it's considered poaching. But technically, you cannot take a baby alligator. You can't touch them. They still haven't taken them off the endangered species list. And I lived in Florida for 4 years, And when I started hanging out with this guy, he brought worse and beer, and we used to fish and fucking whistle at all the girls on the boats. This man lived on his houseboat. I used to hang out with him in Florida all the time, and we caught ourselves a couple alligators. That was a good one, though. He ended up getting in trouble for trespassing, or because he was messing with some guy's wife. That's typical Florida stuff, It's Jerry Springer stuff, and he's messing with the fucking wife, in front of the husband who owns the fucking campground and the restaurant and the bar next door. So then he's gets trespassed, so he moves his boat 50 feet away from the property or across the road. It's fucking hilarious. And the cops come one day when we're fishing. They're like, you have to get out of here. The boat won't fucking start. He's fucking stuck on fucking shore. We're fishing. We're fucking drinking. Next this guy sells his fucking boat, and he's living with a fucking, cute-ass fucking girl. It's like, Jesus Christ, but I'm the founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. Where's it landed me? I'm married to a goddamn fucking beast. It's like a fucking vagina that swallows you, man. Like a fucking vagina that swallows you. Woman can't respect you unless the woman calls you Lord. When I have sex with some girls, do you know that these girls actually, they call me Lord Rick? They whisper in my ear, they're like, Lord Rick. It's fucking amazing to have sex and have a girl respect you like that. It's not amazing, though, when a tweaker hits you in the face a few times. But anyways, I think that's a wrap-up, folks. This is AngelOfThyNight radio show. Your host, Lord Rick, of the Paranormal and Ghost Society. We are an entertainment group that shares high times, adventurous times, truth, friendship, and offer many services. We ask donations, but those donations go for my time coding my website and making beautiful graphics and providing you with entertainment. So we ask for donations. We ask for tips, basically. And, those type of things we put towards the equipment to entertain you. We put it towards the camera. We want to get a funny video of me hanging out of the hellhole, some of the pictures are just funny. And June, again, I'm not busting your chops, but man, you are the star of the paranormal and comedy this month. You really are. You're the only person I know that could fall flat on your ass, and it looks so goddamn painful, and you look up at me and your eyes, they glow with a shimmer, and you're like, yeah, you love the fall, woman. This woman, my investigator, she falls down and she smiles. It's like, oopsie fucking daisy. Unfucking believable. And what's with these girls on fucking MySpace? You know, I was talking about it last week, but you think it's bad. You should see this shit. You should see the nut jobs. I am sure after I wrote that girl and I told her, I said, look, you almost got me kicked out of here. You're walking all over, stumbling, banging in the walls. I cannot wait to see the letter I'm going to get in my mailbox tonight. Will it be more comedy for the Angel of Thy Night radio show? It probably will. We've got a great show going on here. A lot of people listen to it, especially the reruns, you know. Live listeners, it don't matter about live listeners. You know, granted, we did have the Now Live record. We've outdone most professional radio stations and shows on Now Live. That is a record. I have never seen that many hits for any radio show on there but the Angel of Thy Night radio show. This is what people want. We're giving them what they want. Our ratings are going up, or, you know, our show's bringing in thousands of people from all over the world. People are listening to my show and are like, Lord Rick, you got to do another one. I have had 5 different people tell me today that they love this show so much. One of them told me she fell out of her fucking chair. Another one, like, spit her fucking food up. We got ourselves a good fucking show. Whether this show involves fucking talking about pussy ass tits, I don't fucking care, or ghost, it doesn't matter. Because on the Angel of Thy Night radio show, folks, anything can happen. I might just be getting blown under my desk right now, and you wouldn't even know it. You would not know it. Because we're here to entertain you. Even if I am getting blown away, I am here for you. And as far as the women on MySpace, that's a big fucking joke. 3,000 women on your list, you're like begging, you know. You're like, come on over for a movie, you know, you're posting bulletins. Let's carve a pumpkin together. Let's, you know, come on over for the Halloween party. We'll get lit. We'll snuggle. We'll wake up the next morning. We'll have breakfast together. Romance at its best. These women all write me back, you know. I gotta work. I got a party to go to. I gotta pick my ass. I gotta, you know, are you gonna be generous to me? What's in it for me? It's like, Jesus. It's just like that one tonight that wrote me. We can only be friends because I see you have animals and my kids are allergic. It's like, yeah, we can be friends. You get a babysitter for your kids. You come over, you suck my cock, you go home. That's the way it works. Of course, she didn't see it that way. But that's life, you know? That's a chance you take. You email me on MySpace, expect to get an earful or a mouthful. I tried to give her a mouthful. It just didn't work out too well. I don't know what this show is tonight about. What is it about? It's about Halloween? Is it about dick sucking? Motherfucking? It certainly is. We've covered them topics if you've been tuning in since the beginning of the show. This is great radio, folks. No fancy music tonight. No guitars, no interruptions, nobody calling the show. Just Lord Rick on Halloween. It's very amazing, all the things that we've accomplished. What's even more amazing is the fact that we've brought you 2 radio shows this week, major investigations up in El Dorado, put a massive, very awesome update on our site, and we already have an itinerary for the next 1 or 2 months. Sure, you know, like I said, you watch Taps, but we're giving you something real here, not something on a TV show, not something that's fake. This is a real, we're bringing you some real places. We're showing you pictures and recordings and all kinds of stuff. We're not getting paid to risk our lives, but we're doing it. That's what makes us better than Taps. They're getting paid to go to places. They're already going to places that I've been to years ago. It's like I've already beat you guys. You guys, I'm more famous than you because I was already there first. They don't realize it, but it's like you're burying yourselves in the paranormal field. You really are. You're burying yourselves. Because you've already gone to a lot of places I've already been. So how's it look? How's it look? It looks like you're just trying, it looks like because I won't join your chapter, you're taking our ideas. We don't expect a response from you. You know, you could hate our guts. We respect you. But we're just telling you we don't like certain things. Which you probably won't like us smoking on Sci-Fi Channel. Oh, yeah. It's the way it goes. Anybody says opposite opposites attract? No, it does not. You know, it's like the girls that I date. If you don't like ghosts, we're not going to get along very well. I dream of ghosts, man. I have made love to ghosts in some of my dreams. Beautiful female ghost. I'll be the first to tell you that. I've probably made love to a ghost. Does that make me nuts? No. It doesn't make me nuts. Ghosts are my life. I'm a ghostbuster. I'm a paranormal investigator. And as a paranormal investigator, you got to love what you do in order to succeed at it or do it right. Go on taps, you know, these guys get scared. It's like, how much of that is acting and how much of that is real? You know, because you know, they got a TV crew behind them. You know, they got security. You know, they got permission into the place. We're going in these places that nobody's been in years. We're going down mine shafts and in mines and tunnels, and we're getting stabbed and concussions and things, you know? We're not getting paid, and we're putting it all up on your site. And you guys are going in, you're enjoying it, you're seeing the history, you're reading the reports, you're seeing the paranormal evidence, you're seeing the adventure, you're seeing videos. It's not a place that 50 other groups have already been to put on TV. You people don't know what to expect. You don't know if I'm going to go out one weekend and die and not come back. And I come back, and I bring you guys another story, and another story, and another story, and another 100 pics, and another 100 EVPs, and another 100 videos. You know, it's just an example, or hypothetically speaking. The Paranormal Ghost Society would like to wish all of you a safe and happy Halloween. I'd like to also say, motherfuckers, party on. Mike Digital, keep rocking, brother. Thanks for hosting our movie and our flash at Digital Photography and Daggy 5, which is also integrated with digitalphotography.com, spelled with a J, not a G. So rock on, brother, and I wish you and Anna a very happy Halloween. And June, special thanks to Kirk, Lance, Sarah, Debbie, Boot, people involved in the Jubilee Mine project, along with the El Dorado Canyon area, which will be returning to some other areas to bring you new places within the El Dorado Canyon, because we want to try to break it down now into various parts, east, west, north. You know, we'll hit, like next time we go out, we'll hit 3 more mines or caves. We'll put them on the site, you know. But you got a very good introduction to the area. We have covered so much. We've came such a long way since last Halloween, you know. And it's hard to believe, you know, because for a few months we didn't do nothing. I was homeless, and we didn't do no investigations. All my stuff was in storage, and I'm still struggling, you know. But at least we got our society and the momentum's going. And we've been keeping the momentum going since I've been to Vegas. It's like started off slow, and now it's like every week we almost go out. And we do some really great places nobody's done. Alan, that's given those seance tours, he was picked because I was told he has money and has a tour bus. So, you know, appreciation doesn't matter for the work we do, and it is very apparent because Bonnie Springs did not want to cut us a contract. I wanted a contract with them and do their ghost tours. I was told I could. It was my idea. I presented it when I met with the guy. I was like, well, he goes, what about tours? I said, how about this? I said, I'll give you a ghost tour. You advertise it in the newspaper, let them come out, stay at the hotel, They get a live investigation of a ghost town, and once a week I'll go out there and do it. Wasn't good enough. We want a guy that brings these people in on the bus. We want a guy who sits down and does seances. It's like, are you out of your mind? Nobody wants somebody who sits down and does seances, you know. We're going to go in a place with some equipment, and we're going to investigate. We're going to treat it as an investigation. We're also going to treat it as an adventure, and we're going to bring you the Wild West. And I have brought you as members of the Wild West. I brought you some places in California. We're not done in California. We got a lot of mines, and we got a lot of ghost towns and historic places and woods and things in California, but we gave you a taste of it. There's a few things on my site I put up from California. We still got updates to do from there. I've given you a taste of the Wild West, Bonnie Springs, Nelson, Nevada, up in El Dorado Canyon, Lake Mead Railroad Tunnels, Valley of Fire, the petroglyphs, the Meadow Springs, Ancient Springs, Mormon Fort of Las Vegas. We've brought you a lot in the Wild West already, and we're going to continue to do that. And our success is going to continue to grow, and the show is going to continue to grow. But I want to say peace to all my fans and friends of the Paranormal and Ghost Society, all my friends who've been with our group for many years and have seen it transform or metamorph. It's like a metamorphosis. You know, we started off with a little bit of urban exploring, grew into, you know, high-tech. We went from high-tech paranormal to maybe more of a paranormal adventure type of group. And now we're involved in entertainment because we want to entertain you. It doesn't mean that our pictures aren't real, because they are very real. We're showing you things from our excursion, but we ask you to keep an open mind. You don't have to believe in it. We're just here to entertain you. You just sit back, you enjoy it. Check out our site, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. I want to say peace to Daggy 5, and I hope all the Daggy 5 members are safe. Have a great Halloween. I've heard about some events going on there. Sounds like a lot of fun. It's, you know, I wish I was out in Boston or the East Coast, but even like June told me a week ago, she goes, oh, I'd love to go out to Boston and meet Mike Digital. Because, you know, because everybody knows that Mike Digital helps out our society a lot, and I like helping out his too. You know, we like to help each other. The friendship goes a lot longer in exploration when you can help each other out. I know when I go on investigations, I did a lot of them by myself out here in Vegas when I first got here, just like I first get to any state. It takes me a few months to do them alone, and then somebody or two will join who's fascinated with it, but it's not fun, you know. You can't take EVPs, pictures, EMF readings all at once, and of course, you know, our equipment's breaking slowly. I'm just a poor guy that's you know, has a wife that's divorcing him, you know, and it's like, well, I like the single life, but, you know, like I said, Lord Biggalo, male Jiggalo, I keep meeting these girls. They're just like, they're like crazy, you know. This one here is like, her arms are fucking spazzing out. This one here, she's fucking got some fucking disease, you know. This one's got Tourette's. This one's got this and that. It's like Jesus Christ, does it end? The fucking bearded lady, and, you know, like I said, Lord Biggalo, male Jiggalo. This is the Chronicles, the Paranormal Ghost Society, and its founder, Lord Rick. Wishing everybody a fucking killer Halloween. And I consider Halloween like the new year, so, you know, cheers to a bright future, because the El Dorado mine, something transformed within our group. A complete metamorphosis. Just, we became so much brighter out there. And, you know, all the people in the world could threaten us for trespassing and smoking and all these things. But, you know, the truth is entertainment. Don't try this at home. Don't try it away from home. You know, we're just here for some great comedy, some good laughter. You know, and if you choose to take advantage of our free services, go ahead. Like I said, and if you want to drop the Paranormal Ghost Society a donation for any time put into coding the website, which all the materials hosted, and time for, time for all the effort we put into our society, go ahead, contact me. So this is it. I'm going for good. It's been a great show tonight. We covered a lot, and I bet you didn't even expect a show like this. It just shows you that the perseverance of our organization, to be able to come out with another show, to be able to have the successful week we did. We've accomplished more. TAPS, they got funding. We don't have funding. We're going out. We're doing the show. We're going to places where people are pulling together and donating and helping out. We had a lot of help with different things this month. Our meetup, we're going to have another meetup at the Voodoo Lounge. But some people even say the Ghost Bar is pretty cool because it's at the top of the Palms, too, overlooking all of Las Vegas. So we don't know yet. But the Voodoo Lounge is a really cool place, 51st floor at the Rio Hotel and Casino. If you want a show, it's usually the third Wednesday of every month. I made it back to Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays. Come on out. Meet the team. Inquire within about some urban exploration, some paranormal adventures, and about getting involved in the entertainment. We'll also be looking for a co-host or two for the show, or to join in and call us every show, moderators for our forums, and global moderators for our PHP groups that are integrated through our site. I also offer erotic photo shoots for you lucky ladies. You might get one free. Generally, I charge for my services, but I'll tell you what. The prettiest girl gets a free shoot from me. If I can get this month enough replies, I will choose the one for a free shoot. But you have to be in Las Vegas area. And I know this show doesn't make no sense. And that's what makes this radio one of the best on Now Live. But I do want to say something. While you're out there tomorrow night, it's like my mom going to the door, clown knocking, and these Asians answer the door, and she's like, trick or treat, and he's like, no, tomorrow. He's like, tomorrow. Asian guy. She spooked him. They were like looking out the windows when they locked the door and everything. It was like, hey, coming to the door. But when you're out there tomorrow night, please remember not to drink and drive. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. And, there's one thing if you have a beer in you, or you're stoned, so you drive home a little, so you're stoned and you drive a little bit slower and safer because you're more alert. That's fine. But that's a matter of opinion. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's illegal. No, it's not illegal. We're voicing our opinion. It's a lot safer to drive stoned than it is to drive drunk. You lose complete control over yourself when you're drunk. When you're stoned, you can walk, talk, eat, sleep, fuck, and you can definitely hold on to a steering wheel. But you know what? Friends don't let friends drive drunk. And Robert Carr, who is a good friend to the organization, is a prime example of this. And I will always use it because I'm here to fight a good fight. That's why I'm the Lord, because in a way, we got to take these things and we got to educate people. And we got to be like, even on our paranormal investigations, I take people out. I'm a survivalist. I teach you how to survive. I teach you what to do and not to do, how to climb, how to do this and that. But basically, that's what it is. It's about survival. And when we take people out, we train them to be professional. We show them what's right and what's wrong and how to do it. But we also show them safety. And we have to take that experience, we have to learn from it. We have to say, when you're drinking, put down the keys and just say, I understand Rick's friend was killed by a drunk driver. I don't want to put anybody in harm's way. And I know I'm acting like Father Rick. But the truth is that, this show is a very beneficial show. I'm showing you that this show is pure. This may not be one of our best shows. It's not meant to be. It's more one of our secret lost episodes done on Halloween. And I'm bringing it to you. I'm sitting here right now, sitting in the dark. Mountains are in front of me. The lights are dim. I'm sitting on a balcony, and I'm doing the show. It's amazing. You could only get this on AngelOfThyNight Radio. And this is Halloween of 2008, folks. Lord Rick, your host, again, of the AngelOfThyNight radio show. Sweet dreams, and have a happy, spooky, trick-or-treating Halloween. Because tomorrow, it's tequila and 420 time for me. And I am going as a stoner. A stoned lord. Stone Lord. Damn, that's not good. That's right back then when people called themselves the Lord. They used to stone them to death. I don't want to say I'm a fuck the Lord either, because fuck means I'm getting it in the ass. I don't want to get it in the ass. I want to, find a girl and give it to her, but, all joking aside, the Paranormal and Ghost Society and Daggy 5 would like to wish you a very fucking awesome, rockin' fucking Halloween. It's AngelOfThyNight Radio, folks. Have a good night.